Welcome to Kim's Creativity Hacks. Hello everybody, how are you today? Welcome to another of Kim's Creativity Hacks. Thanks for joining me today. So today's creativity hack is using an ideas journal. And I have to say, it's a bit of a favourite of mine. So let me explain why. I've been using ideas journals in some shape or form since I started my blog in 2008. So I've been an advocate of this for about 10 years. I carry a notebook everywhere I go. These are a couple of the journals, the ideas journals that I've used over the last couple of years. The yellow one's getting a bit old and tattered at the moment, but I still have a lot of love and a lot of ideas in there. And then the blue one, The Power of Storytelling, is one I started when I started my vlogging journey, and what I was trying to do was create video stories. So one or either of those are always in my bag when I go somewhere. And what I do is I might be at a talk, or I might be on the tube and I see something, I might read something in a book, I might come across something in my daily travels, I might see it in a museum, and it just inspires a thought, and I write that down in the ideas journal. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll have a few thoughts around that idea, it sparked something particular, so I'll jot down a couple of notes in the moment of actually having the idea, and then I move on. So the other thing I might do is just write down story ideas and themes as they come to me. So I might be on the tube, that kind of space between stations, it's not enough to read anything, but there's time for your brain to just do some work. I might be waiting for an appointment. I might be wandering around somewhere. I might even be at home, maybe sitting out on the back patio having a break and a nice cup of coffee or something in the sunshine. So here's a couple of pictures of how these things develop. So I continue to note different things I see, and what tends to happen is all of a sudden I'll look and say, okay, I can see how some of these pieces fit together. It's also what I do when I'm preparing my vlogs. So today I've jotted down a few notes, a few different inspiring ideas from different areas, and then I've planned out a bit of a storyboard, if you like, to help me tell the story of the ideas journal. I'm reading a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. I'm only about halfway through, but the whole premise of the book is about thinking about the effect of everyday habits, whether they're everyday good habits or everyday bad habits, and how they can have a cumulative effect on your life. So I'm about halfway through, and I met some friends for dinner, and I was talking about this, and one of them had just finished reading it, and we were having this conversation, sharing some of the stories from the book and how we thought it applied to life, and what we were thinking about doing, and the habits we could create. And when I was coming home on the tube afterwards, I opened up an email that I get every week called For the Interested, which I absolutely love. And at the top of this email, there's a quote from Warren Buffett. I won't tell you what the quote is because I'm going to share it with you in a minute. But essentially, that quote was about the accumulation of years and years and years of effort. So I shared it with these guys, thanking them for the evening. And then I got home last night, went to bed, got up this morning and went, oh my goodness, I have got the most perfect example for this quote, and I'm going to create something that I can post on social media. So here's what I posted today. Isn't that just Great. And it wouldn't have happened in a really linear way. I couldn't have sat down and thought, okay, A, B, C. But instead, I got to grab all of these different pieces and weave a story around that. Earlier this year, I was watching a TED Talk from 2006 that I hadn't actually seen for a while. It's by Ken Robinson, and his TED Talk is about how we're building creativity in education and our schools doing this in the right way. And he defines creativity as original ideas that add value. So what I see is my ideas journal actually helps me to do this, actually helps me to take all of these disparate and sometimes wild ideas and to carve them and craft them into something that can add value. That's it for today's creativity hack, using an ideas journal. I hope you found that really useful. I swear by it. As I said, this has become a habit for me. So if you use a journal or you start one or you've got any questions or feedback for me, please let me know. All you right-brainers out there will probably get this. For you left-brainers, I hope it's been a useful insight, maybe a few hints and tips. Maybe all it's done is help you to understand the right-brainer in your life. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Please feel free to like this, to share this, and also to subscribe to this playlist on my YouTube channel. It's called Kim's Creativity Hacks. Speaking of which, this is Kim Hamer, live on YouTube. Get creative, people, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.